What is up, guys? In today's video, I'm going to be going over how you can get an unreleased weapon in Fortnite Chapter 5. As always, if you guys do enjoy this video, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and comment down below what you think of the unreleased Enforcer AR, because that is the weapon that we're going to be using. And I'm sure a lot of you probably hear that, and you're like, oh, it's the Mythic from Grand Glacier. The boss there drops a Mythic Enforcer AR. But when you eliminate this boss, while it is called an Enforcer AR, it's actually the Nemesis AR. It is not the Enforcer AR. Not only does it look like the Nemesis, but I'll have the stats on screen now between a green Nemesis AR and the Mythic Nemesis AR that's called an Enforcer. But you can see they both have a 5 fire rate. They have pretty comparable damage. They have the same mag size. And the only real differences are the damage and reload speed. And those are the stats that typically change based on rarity. As your rarity goes up, the weapons typically do more damage and have a faster reload speed, but like the mag size and the fire rate are kind of like what makes the gun, you know? And then when we look at the actual Enforcer AR here, not only is it clearly a different weapon model, but the stats are very different and the gun itself just feels very different. It has a 3.95 fire rate instead of 5, and, you know, pretty similar damage to the Mythic, but this is a blue version at 35 damage, and I believe it headshots for like 53 or something like that. But the blue version has almost as much damage as the Mythic Enforcer AR, the one from Grand Glacier, and that's blue. So I would imagine when this gun is actually Mythic, which I do think they'll swap them when the Enforcer AR is added to the game, it'll probably be doing like almost 40 damage, maybe more than that. And you can actually get this Enforcer AR by eliminating the Jonsey NPC in the underground base here. I'll have a clip showing not only where it is on the map, but me eliminating the boss. You just go down here, you go into the underground part, and you fight the Jonsey boss, and then if he drops a weapon, he'll drop the Enforcer AR. It is weird where sometimes he'll just stand there with his pickaxe out when you shoot him, and then he doesn't drop anything. I'm sure a lot of you are going to try it once and then be like, oh, it's patched, it didn't work. But it's just like a weird thing. Even when I was trying to get gameplay with it for this video, there was games where like I went several games in a row without finding it from him. He just dropped nothing instead, and then I'd have to back out and try again. So it is inconvenient to get. Not only do you have to land here and eliminate the boss, but there's a chance that he just drops nothing. But if you do get him to drop a weapon, if he starts fighting back once you shoot him, he'll drop the blue version of the Enforcer AR, and you can actually customize this if you take it to a workbench. So the attachments that'll drop with are random. I'm pretty sure I've had it drop with suppressors, I've had it drop without suppressors, I've had it drop with a sight, without a sight, but you are able to customize it if you do bring it to a workbench. And the Frenzy or the Fields POI is relatively close to where Jonsey is, so that's good. And like the stats showed earlier, this is a slow firing, like hard hitting AR, which is probably going to be best for longer range. Like the Striker AR or even the SMGs will easily outclass this and like close to like maybe medium-ish range. But once you get to long range, that should be where this weapon has an advantage over the other ARs and like the other spray weapons. But the problem with that is just how good sniping is this season and how often people are sniping. If you're peeking into somebody that's like, you know, 60, 70 meters away, that's probably where the Enforcer would have an advantage over the Striker AR, but like that's also where snipers are just going to be great. And if you're peeking into someone sniping at you, trying to tap them down with this weapon, it's probably just not going to go well for you. The snipers have, you know, insane upside with like 100 body damage or an insta-kill headshot, and the downside isn't as large because you don't have to be peeking for as long. With an AR at that range, you have to be exposed the entire time you're shooting at people. Whereas with the sniper, you can peek, shoot, go back to cover. You don't have to be exposed for very long. And that makes it like a very low risk, high reward weapon. And that's one of the reasons why I just don't ever see myself wanting to use this weapon. Like when I was using it to get gameplay for this video, in almost every fight I was in, it's just like, I would rather use the sniper there, you know? Like the snipers are just so insanely good this season. And so when the Enforcer AR is added to the game, I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal just because of how prevalent sniping is. And if you do want to get this in the game now, I think it's going to be more just for the novelty of getting this unreleased weapon, more so than it being like the best weapon in the game or the meta, because I do think it is really not that great. I would rather have a Striker AR for close to medium-ish range and then have my sniper for very long range. I do think that when the Enforcer AR is added to the loot pool, the Mythic at Grand Glacier will actually be a Mythic Enforcer AR rather than being a Mythic Nemesis AR. So if you are someone who really likes the mythic at Grand Glacier. Probably use it now before they change it, because like I said, I think when the Enforcer AR is added, we'll get the actual mythic Enforcer from this boss rather than it being a mythic nemesis. But that is going to be it for this video. I just kind of wanted to talk about this because I've had a lot of people ask me, you know, if it's a real thing. For some reason, people think it's like a myth whether or not he drops it, but also people asking like, is it a good weapon? Should I be going for this to get wins? I don't think so. I think it's mostly like a novelty thing now, and when it's added to the loot pool, it'll probably be the worst AR. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I'm gonna let some gameplay play out that I got using this weapon, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. I don't know where I just got shot from. Even if I get a snipe on this guy, I can't really do anything with it because I have grapple blade instead of shockwaves. Oh, I thought he dropped down. There we go. What is going on? Snipe's too good. Where did he drop it at? Okay. I believe I had a car on the backside of this house. Yeah. W snipes, yeah. It probably wasn't. I was like holding the angle and letting that guy peek into me there, which isn't good to do, but I knew he had the 4x, so I thought it wouldn't be as good for that type of like fight. But that was pretty risky. Oh my gosh, that is not good. Maybe get this car. I don't want to have all the medallions unless I have a car. Yeah, I have all 5 right now. Yo, thank you for the gifted IQ. Thank you so much. If you guys got gifted, make sure you say thank you and enjoy your outfit viewing emotes and sub edge. Courtesy of IQ. This car is also out of gas. Frick, man. This is not good at all. But yeah, I would like to just be in my car and not get engaged on if everyone's gonna know where I am, you know? I'm also hoping that the remaining players in this lobby aren't the greatest. Just kind of what happens if you get all the medallions typically. He's in the bush, I think. I hear him. Oh, he's behind he's on like the hill. No one's using the zip. At least I think I saw visual audio of him on the zipline. Yeah, yeah. Alrighty then. That is the Enforcer AR. I don't think very highly of this weapon. I don't even think I killed very many people with it during that gameplay. But I feel like the sniper just invalidates it. Like, if you're going to have a slower fire rate, harder hitting AR, that's typically better for, like, you know, longer ranges. If you compare it to a high fire rate one like the Striker AR. And with how good sniping is this season, like, why would I ever want to use this AR over the sniper when I can peek for, you know, a fraction of a second and then insta-kill people, like how you saw with the fights at fencing fields. Like, if I wasn't able to snipe those people, if I'd use the AR, like, we're never getting those kills, you know? So, with it being such a sniper-centric meta, I still would much rather use the Striker AR over that.